small, even something small if you can. Next we have Chanelle Gallant coming up, and she's going to be talking about what's next for the migrant sex workers movement here in Toronto. Chanelle has been an activist, educator, and community builder in feminist and sex working communities for over a decade in Canada, the US, and Thailand, whose work has led to policy changes in the Toronto Police Department. She's the co-founder of the Migrant Sex Worker Project in Toronto and co-director of sex work advocacy group Strut. She's on the board of the Heart. Okay.
Can everyone hear me okay on this? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I'm going to be pretty quick. We've heard a bunch today about how migrant sex workers face injustice at every turn. How migrant sex workers are over-policed, underprotected by the legal system, and in fact often abandoned by most social justice movements of our society. Migrant sex workers are caught in a web where they're denied services, discriminated against, facing raids, detention, deportations, and abuse. Allison mentioned some research just released today where 100% of the Chinese sex workers interviewed in Toronto said that they would not report to police. There's a systematic problem here. So, and that's reflected in the outreach that Elaine's been doing. She has been turning up reports of physical and sexual assaults and robberies, and none of the women have said that they have reported to police. They are, however, reporting to Elaine at Butterfly, right? And Elaine just shared a bunch of stories about how migrant sex workers are being smart-ass, figuring out how to take care of themselves, build their own networks, and look out for each other. Elaine at Butterfly has been collecting on-the-ground information. In over 2 years that she's been working, she's outreached to over 200 sex workers, migrant sex workers here in Toronto, which is an unheard of feat. Butterfly is building community, they're building resistance, they're offering direct services and support, building leadership through creative use of very limited resources. And part of what we're doing is we're sharing demands that we've come up with this evening. The demands are over there. I actually can't see them. Can someone read them, please? Thank you. Okay, so we're demanding non-enforcement of new sex work laws. We're demanding labor rights and protections for migrant sex workers. We're demanding, yes, thank you. We're demanding immediate moratorium on all detention and deportation of migrant sex workers, including undocumented ones. Yes. And we're demanding that anti-trafficking policing be defunded and that those resources be redirected to community-led solutions. This is a critical time. The police just announced that 11 women are in the process of being deported after a supposed anti-trafficking investigation in Ottawa. We expect these kinds of investigations and deportations to be spreading across the country. However, we are also fighting back, and society is finally listening. We're asking that you show your support tonight by making a donation. Please make a donation that is meaningful to you. I'm hearing some change in the buckets. I want to hear some bills fluttering around. Okay? My goal tonight is that we raise $500 for Elaine to continue doing her work at Butterfly. She's going to be going to New York City to be working with Kate, where they're going to be working on replicating this model in New York City. Make a meaningful donation so that Butterfly can continue to do this amazing and effective work bringing together migrant sex workers to organize for justice. I'm going to finish with a few thank yous. We want to thank Jean at Maggie's for the financial support for tonight, Emily Vandermeulen at Ryerson for helping us hook us up with this space. Of course, all our panelists, Tings Check from Known as Illegal, the volunteers who've helped us tonight, Alvis Choi, the community artist, who brought in this beautiful, ingenious way of bringing in some of the voices of sex workers, and of course the voices of the migrant sex worker storytellers and artists themselves. Thank you. Please continue to make your donations. Like I said, folks, do you think we can make $500 to continue to support Elaine in doing this work? Anyone in this room willing to say that they can make a donation of $100?
Oh,
no, I want to see. There's social workers in this room. There's unionized people. We have one $100 donation here. Great. Can anyone else in this room match that donation? We've got two $100 donations. Great. We're almost halfway there. Who in this room can make a $50 donation. Okay, we've got 1 here, 2 here, 3. Can we get a third $50 donation in this room to bring us up to, yes, we've got 3 $50 donations. Thank you. A lawyer in the room donating $50. Thank you. Who in this room can donate $25? Who thinks that the value of this work is worth $25? Please put your hands up. I want to see some $25. Great, I think we're at, what are we at now? We've got, I didn't do the math on that. We're at?
375.
We're at 375. And who in this room can make a $20 donation? I went, oh, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at 475. Who's going to call it with the last $25? Yes, here we go. Thank you very much. Okay, you tell them what you want them to do with it.
I think money is important. It's more important is your commitment of migrant sex worker justice. So that's why at the beginning we said we have like beautiful stickers and it's plain, but we really want you to write your name in some message so that to tell the society you're here to support the community and support the migrant sex worker justice. It's not only service and support, we need the justice. So that means that we need to change the system, we need to change the law, and most important, we need to change what inside our mind. Sex work is really work. For some people, it's good work. I have say so that, and I think maybe we can get 5 minutes because I think so many people here is also good. We have 5 minutes.
You want to do questions?
Yeah. So that yeah. Okay, is it okay? So that,
Yeah, sure.
So when Q&A time, you can write something so that at the back, maybe we can pass some sticker if you like. You can write something.
Yes, please go and write a message. Remember, people tend to be isolated and marginalized, and I think that having these messages of support to them would really mean a lot. So please go and make a small comment, message, picture. I want to thank everybody for coming.
Any people have questions?
If anyone has a question, feel free to ask or to just, connect with one of the speakers. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I want to thank everybody for putting this together, and thank you for coming with an open mind and for letting your ideas around trafficking and trafficking discourse be challenged.
At the back have butterfly flyers and Maggie flyers. So, and then if you want to make big donation, there is butterfly flyers email. So that really thank you for coming and showing your support to the community. So thank you.